Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Shopify products, how to list a product successfully, how to make sure that we're not skipping a beat, and we're using every possible keyword that we can so that it can help us with our SEO, our search engine optimization. So if you're new to Shopify or you haven't even started Shopify, this will be a good way to get your feet wet. So as you see over here on the left, we have different icons, right? We have home, we have orders, products, collections, inventory. I've already been using Shopify for about a year now, so I have my products already in my inventory. But I want to show you, for example, if I was to go to products, and let's click on this one. It's one of my favorite ones. Sarcasm is free. So you want to make sure that in the title that you're capturing as many keywords as possible, right? We want to let the search engine know what this is, right? So it's a graphic tee. Right? So some more keywords here: unisex fit, comfy for all, premium cotton blend, vibrant DTF printed graphics, Cuban inspired design with a pop of personality. And then I wanted to go ahead and capture a little bit of additional things that my business offers. So I wanted to capture a little bit of it in this description, right? So looking for a full booth setup, check out our custom table throws, step and repeat backdrops, explore hoodies, tumblers, and all our custom printing services today, right? Because granted, this shirt, for example, might pop up on Google once you get your business registered with Google through your sales channels down here. But if they see this shirt, guess what? They read this description. They're like, oh man, this chick does hoodies too and tumblers. Let me go check it out. Right. So it's always good to put as much information in front of your customers as possible. When it comes to your photos, you want to make sure that you're saving every photo in 2048 by 2048. So if I was to click on an image, if you look over here, see my mouse? You look over here, it'll show you that the image is 2048 by 2048, 414.58 KB. Okay, so this is the size for every single image that you want to import into Shopify. Make sure that it's 2048 by 2048. Okay, let's go back a little bit. You want to include at least 5 images in each product listing. You always want to make sure to include a size chart, right? So, I mean, some of my products has more than 5 images. You know, when I'm offering a variety of colors and sizes, you know, that'll prompt me to have additional images. Okay, you want to make sure that your category is set to, for me, for example, this is a t-shirt, so I have it set to t-shirts and clothing tops. Over here on size, you're going to select, if you click down here, you can add a size, you can delete a size, and these are the sizes that I offer this t-shirt in: small, medium, large, extra large, 2XL, 3XL, 4XL. Guys, please pay attention, listen carefully, pay attention to your sizes. Okay, when you're starting off new in this business, you know, at least this happened to me, you know, and no shame in the game. I'll be honest. I was selling all my t-shirts at the same price, and I wasn't paying attention to the fact that my 3XL, 4XL, 5XL were a totally different price. Okay, so when I'm listing my prices for my sizes, as you see here on 2XL, my prices jump. So I go 21, 21, 21, 2XL 23, 3XL 26, 4XL 28. I'm not trying to make additional money on the shirt based off the size. I'm just trying to cover the difference of the shirt based off the size. And then you want to go ahead and enter in your inventory amounts that you have for each size. Down here under the category metafield, it's going to ask you for the colors that you offer your product in. So make sure to pay attention to this. If you're offering a shirt that appears to be a blue, okay, but it's really something like heathered blue or baby blue, you have to make sure that you're telling Google exactly what the hex color is of that shirt. So for example, I offer shirts that have heathered oatmeal, steel blue, right? Blue is not the same as steel blue, okay? And if you try to pass that along, your customer is going to be very upset because chances are we know the difference, right? So there is a big difference. If you don't know what I mean about hex colors, please make sure to like, subscribe for more DTF content. I'm happy to do a video on hex colors and how to use them and how to maneuver them and manipulate them and whatnot. Make sure that you want to check your fabrics. If you don't know how to check your fabrics, on the back of your neck tags, it'll tell you the entire blend of the t-shirt. So like mine is a 58-42 cotton poly blend. Age group, you can put adults here. You can also put teens, depending on the audience that you're trying to target. And some of the clothing features, okay? In the clothing features, here's where you want to capture as many keywords as possible. So for example, I have here selected graphic tee, soft feel, crew neckline, short sleeve, unisex sizing, shoulder taping, side seamed, stretchable, custom apparel, customized, soft fabric, retail fit, lightweight, all day comfort, true to size, breathable, made in the USA, right? So anything that you can think of that describes the features behind your apparel, that's what you want to capture here. Neckline, you guys know you have crew, you have round. These are the options that you have, right? Mock, mandarin, crawl. Most of us are probably doing round, crew, or V-neck. Sleeve length, right? Short, long. And you're going to move on to target gender. So in my case, I do unisex apparel. Top length type, long, medium. Okay. In the product metafields, this one's super important. You want to make sure to hit view all. Oh, let's save our changes first. And then you want to make sure to hit view all. Okay. So this is going to give you all of the options that you can modify for your search engine optimization. This is where we had left off under top length type. So the category, this is how I have it separated in my own collections. I have this as stylish custom graphic unisex tees. So I slap all of my tees into one category. Before that, I had a section for males and for females, and I found it to just be super confusing because at the end of the day, my apparel is 100% unisex. So you select this, it's going to ask you to pick items that are relatable to what you're listing, right? So in essence, I have a sarcastic chic woman's graphic tee. So I went into my inventory and I found all of my other designs that I felt would, the person who would like this would like that. Next, you go to related product settings and you're going to select only manual. Under related products, it's going to be very similar to what we did under complementary products. You want to select items that are also related to the product. So like, for example, in this case, what I did is I used hoodies. So up top, I used some of my designs for t-shirts, and here I use some of my hoodie designs. So search product boosts, this is actually super important. It gives you up to 10. You're going to use keywords here. Okay, so some of the keywords I used to describe my sarcasm is free t-shirt was Cuban sarcasm shirt, funny unisex tee, Hispanic humor clothing, guaperia graphic tee, pinup t-shirt design, cultural graphic t-shirt, Latin streetwear fashion, sarcasm fashion tee, custom printed unisex tee, bold statement t-shirt. So only use up to 10. Then under Google custom product, you want to always make sure that you select true. Now this is if you are doing your own custom clothing. Go back up to the top. We're almost done. Let's go back into the item for a second. So at this point, we already have the title, we have the description, we have all the image, the size charts in, we have the category in, we have our sizes selected, we have our price points in based off of the sizes as well as the inventory. We have all of our category metafields in. We have our product metafields in for the bottom area too. And then down here, this is something that a lot of people forget to do. So if you click on edit, it's going to tell you that this is how it's going to be populated on Google. Okay. So it's going to come up as on Google as sarcasm is free tee, limited guaperia humor, Cuban graphic shirt. Now, this meta description is not going to be the same description that you use up here. As you see here, we have plenty of characters that we're using here, where on the bottom, you're only allowed 150 characters. Okay, so keep it short, keep it sweet, but pack it full of keywords. So in my instance for this tee, I put Cuban sass meets sarcasm in this bold unisex graphic tee. So right here, Cuban, that's a keyword, right? Sarcasm is another one, bold is another one, unisex is another one, graphic is another one, tee is another one, vintage is another one, pinup. So vintage pinup vibe, comfy fit, and limited guaperia supply. Order your statement shirt now. Okay, so don't exceed 150 characters. This is going to help you be seen on Google. And then this is basically what your URL is going to be on Google. Okay, so it's going to be product / sarcasm - is free, blah, 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 blah. Again, I didn't make any changes, but had I did, I would hit save down here at the bottom. We're not done. We're almost done. Okay. On the top under status, you want to make sure that it says active. If it doesn't say active, you're still in draft mode. Under publishing, if you select manage, you can select where you want all of these items to be included. Okay, so in my instance, I have it on my online store. I have it under my shop, my inbox, Google and YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, and TikTok. Okay, point of sale is if I had an actual POS inside my location, but mine is not a brick and mortar. Everything is by appointment. You want to make sure that your catalog is actually tied to where you actually ship your items. Mine is the United States. I do not ship international just yet. And then under product organization, okay, so I have my collection of tees in a category called unisex custom graphic tees. Okay, so if you had it in a different category or you wanted to place this in a different category, then you would select the one that you wanted to go into. The vendor is myself, 3J's Threads and Treasures. Hey. Then under collections, where do I want to place this within my own website, right? So I want to put it in my catalog, but I also want to put it into the category of stylish custom graphic unisex tees. Okay. And then here, super important, think of all the tags you can possibly think of. Okay. This is where your SEO comes into play. So some of the tags that I selected was vintage style tee, unisex graphic tee, unisex cotton t-shirt, unisex cotton blend tee, typography custom t-shirt, stylish custom graphic unisex tees, streetwear with sass, streetwear tee, streetwear t-shirt, sarcasm shirt, pop culture tee, pinup shirt, Latina power gifts, Latina human gifts, etc., 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 and an additional 23 tags. The more keywords that you use in all of your Shopify listings, the better chances you have for Google visibility. Remember that, this is a really, really hard environment and we have to do whatever we can do to help the SEO. When we're done, right, we need to make sure that we are actually attaching this item to somewhere, right? So if we were to click on the item and we were to click the little three dots here, these are all the options that I do. There's 3 things that I do after I list an item into Shopify and I include it into a sales channel. So where do I want to put this item? Well, I want it to be everywhere. I want it on my online store, my point of sale, my shop, my inbox, everywhere. Include this product. Perfect. It's the first thing I do. Then I go back in and I put including catalogs. And this is a t-shirt. So I want to make sure that it is in the catalog of mine that has 45 items. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in, click my 3 little dots, and I want to add it to a collection. So I wanted to go into my main catalog, but I also wanted to go into my stylish custom graphic unisex tees. Hit save, and we are all done. Okay. Now in my sales channel, I do sell on the TikTok shop. I do sell on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Well, I'm getting there, but I do sell on all these different channels. Now, very important, all of these different channels have different requirements when it comes to their optimization. So like, for example, on TikTok shop, when I'm done adding, I have to actually add 17 new items. Once I'm finished adding the 17 new products to the website, I will come into here and I will optimize one by one each sales channel and make sure that I give my item the best chance of visibility by sticking to the regulations and requirements for each channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. More to come. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow for more DTF apparel content, how to start your own business, yada, yada, yada. It's been real, y'all. Till next time. Peace.